We live in a world that's all about sharing everything, right? But have you ever stopped to think about the power of what you don't say? Today, we're diving into the art of strategic silence, a skill that can seriously protect your energy, your relationships, and your overall peace of mind.
So let me just ask you straight up. Are you sharing too much? It seems like a simple question, but the answer can be pretty complicated. I mean, we're always told that sharing is how you connect with people, but let's be real, it can also come with a price you might not see until the damage is already done.
And this is really the heart of the matter. Not all sharing is good for you. In fact, telling the wrong person the wrong thing can totally backfire, leading to regret, gossip, or even giving people a way to take advantage of you. So let's break down the first area where a little silence can be a huge asset.
All right, first up, let's talk about how we present our character and our wealth. These are two things that are deeply personal, and how we talk about them, or more importantly, how we don't talk about them, can make a massive difference in our lives.
Okay, this right here, this is such a tricky dilemma. The moment you start trying to define your own character for other people, whether you're talking up your good side or admitting your flaws, you're pretty much walking right into a no-win situation. Let me show you exactly what I mean.
So think about it. If you're always going on about how you're such a good person, always helping out, some people aren't going to see a kind soul. Nope, they're going to see an opportunity. Your kindness becomes a resource to be exploited. But on the flip side, if you're too open about your shortcomings, people might just write you off, avoid you, and you could miss out on some really important opportunities. Either way, you lose.
And you know what? The exact same logic applies to your money. It doesn't matter if you have a lot or a little, putting it on blast is almost never a good idea. It just invites all sorts of unnecessary judgment and complications that you really don't need in your life.
At the end of the day, real success doesn't need a billboard. Bragging about your money just invites jealousy and gossip. But true wealth, true stability, well, that shows up in how you live and what you do. It really doesn't need any advertising. Okay, let's move on to our next section, and this is a big one, our private relationships. This is an area where being discreet isn't just a good idea, it's absolutely everything.
This is so important. You know how it is when you're in that honeymoon phase of a relationship, right? It's so tempting to share every little detail, every private joke, every cute photo. But we have to understand, that's not a sign of love. It's actually a massive breach of your partner's trust.
And just look at how this can spiral out of control. It starts with one little thing. You share something private, and boom, right away, your friend's perception of your partner is changed forever. Then when your partner finds out, and they usually do, that trust is just shattered. And just like that, one moment of oversharing can seriously damage or even end the entire relationship.
Okay, on to our third area. Let's talk about our jobs, our side hustles, our finances, specifically our profits and our losses. Oh boy, this is where human psychology can get really messy.
Just look at this, because it's such a harsh truth. When you share a big win, a promotion, a successful project, people are all smiles to your face, right? Congratulations, that's amazing. But behind the scenes, that's where some serious jealousy and resentment can build up. And when you share a loss, they'll give you sympathy, sure. But for some, there might be a secret part of them that's kind of glad it's you and not them. It's a tough pill to swallow about human nature.
And that's really the core issue here, isn't it? Jealousy. For some people, your success doesn't feel like your win. It feels like their loss. And that feeling can spark some incredibly negative and destructive thoughts, no matter how good your intentions were when you shared your news.
And just listen to how raw these thoughts can be. I mean, really think about someone thinking, how did they get ahead of me? Or we started at the same time. And it gets even darker with thoughts like, I hope they get ruined. These are the ugly, unfiltered thoughts that envy can create. Hearing them really puts into perspective why you might want to shield your achievements from that kind of negative energy.
So after going through all these different scenarios, what's the big takeaway here? Well, it all boils down to one simple but incredibly powerful idea: protecting your own peace. All right, so let's do a quick recap. The 4 big areas to keep under wraps are your true character, your financial situation, the private details of your relationships, and your wins and losses. Remember, this isn't about being shady or secretive, it's just about being smart.
And really, this is the most important thing to remember. This isn't about hiding who you are. It's about setting healthy boundaries to protect what's most valuable to you. Think of it as a powerful act of self-care that guards your energy, your closest relationships, and most importantly, your own peace of mind.
So I'll leave you with a question to think about. After everything we've talked about, what's one thing you'll choose to keep a little more private from now on, just to protect your peace? It's definitely something worth considering. Thanks for joining me for this one.